You have been well trained.
No.
You don't have to carry a sword to be powerful.
I won't fail you.
Or do not.
I'm not afraid.
There is no try.
Hey everybody, we are back with the day 2 of U.S. Nationals. I'm Jason Brame, and will not be doing too much commentating today, I hope, because I'm pretty miserable at it. But joining us for the top 32 game is Ruben Sanchez and Todd Rowe from the RVA area. So I want to turn it over to them for this first game. We'll start getting the graphics set up on the stream so you can see the players. But Todd really wanted to commentate on this one because his buddy Rick... His buddy Rick is on stream. So we'll get this and we'll get a bracket set up for you guys too to follow along with the action. So enjoy today's stream of the U.S. National Championship.
Hey guys, this is Ruben with the Chance Cube here, and like Jason was saying, we got a special guest star with Todd Rowe from the Knights of Ren. His buddy, Rick is going to be playing, supporting the tag playmat from Todd's shop over there in the Brother Glen area in Virginia. So. You're familiar with what Todd with what Rick is playing. So, what do you think about this matchup right now versus the eKylo Snoke?
So it's funny because we really didn't think much about this matchup initially because when we got the first pair list, we were actually planning to play against one of the Afra builds. So we hadn't even really looked at this one yet.
Yeah, Afra has been really strong. Day 2 specifically, there was a lot of Afra decks. The Afra with the Executioner has been really strong. We saw a lot of that yesterday on the stream. So this is going to be a fun matchup. And I think Snoke is really powerful, especially with everything that Snoke can do with the power action, of course, and just manipulating of cards, manipulating of resources, and so forth. So I really think that this is going to be – do you think it's going to be a quick game?
No, I don't. I think this is going to be a long, hard game. Nick's super methodical player, and Rick's deck is not the vehicle format that people think it is.
Right.
He's playing upgrade heavy with a lot of random cards that you haven't seen played in a while, but they've done really good work for him in this meta.
I mean, he's there. He's getting at the top 32. So. Whatever he's did is working, and I do know that another player was running the same sort of list, didn't fare as well, but with Rick, representing the deck, and it's a good show.
Yeah, well, and the other person was Minion. We play with Minion locally. They had a couple variations in some of the cards that they picked between the two decks. Rick actually, last minute, we teched in 2 DHs and 2 anchors.
Okay.
And the Angers have been doing really well for him. So we'll see how it holds up here.
So what color do you think Nick is going to be calling out?
He's probably going to lean towards red.
Right.
Because some of the upgrades in this deck are red. The hard thing about it is it's a pretty solid split. It's almost 50-50 in the color split in this deck. So it's not a guarantee anytime you use the eKylo ability. And me and Rick talked about it quite extensively going into it, as far as what numbers to call with Snoke. You'll probably see Rick lead off calling zeros.
To get the 4-speed out?
Get the 4-speed, get the Chance Cube, get the Holocron.
Right.
Because Nick is running the Holocron package in the deck, and you see the Force Throw in his hand.
Right. Yeah, I think this is going to be a fun matchup. I think, there's some really good opponents today. There's going to be a lot of different variety. There's going to be some mill action going to be seen here as well, too. So who do you think is going to, or what deck do you think is going to represent the final?
I'm pulling for Rick.
So a Snoke deck.
I'm hoping a Snoke eThrawn deck with upgrades.
Gotcha.
Is what I'm hoping for. I will say I think an Afra deck's probably going to take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Afra's been, we have one of our local players, Jonas, who's been all over the Afra train and, playing a Trilogies deck. And just seeing the fact that how well it's doing, and now it's just being represented in standard a little bit more, is a little bit of foreshadowing on his part. It looks like.
Yeah, and I think it's something to look at for Trilogies going forward as well.
Yeah, I literally just got some Afros, bought some Afros yesterday. I'm like, I want to try, as being a mill player, I really don't do much aggro, but I like the control factor with the Aphrodite. So that's something that I really do like.
And it's a very tedious line to walk because of the amount of damage you're doing to yourself as well.
Right. So it looks like they're going ahead and start with the rollout here.
Looks like Rick got that.
Yeah, it looks like it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He will not give him his battlefield.
Yeah, so he's going to take the battlefield. He's going to go first. He's going to try to get probably call out 0. You said
he's probably going to roll out Thrawn first action and call 0.
Slow it down a little bit.
So you know as well, Rick is super methodic when he plays.
Right.
Even playing for fun at the shop, he's very, very tedious about everything he does.
Yeah, I think he gets his calculator out, does some math.
Yeah.
For sure. He carries the 1. So I guess they're just waiting to see, for them to get to go ahead and start playing. Well, this is going to be the 2 out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
First matchup. We're going to be doing this until the rest of the time here. So this is going to be fun to see how this all plays out. I like those little tokens he's got over there, though.
Those are the Droidica tokens, I think, from Worlds.
That's cool. All right, so he's going to go ahead and activate Thrawn and call 0, probably. Ooh, didn't doubt.
He got the doubt.
Well, he knows what he's got in his hand now, so he's got a lot of high-cost cards.
He also knows to keep him off the resource side.
For sure. Nick's going to go ahead and roll out his eKylo and call out a color. I think he's going to go ahead and say red.
I would assume he calls red.
Is he shuffling those cards or something's going on over there? Blue. So he looks like he
missed.
Maybe he did call blue.
Did he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe he's waiting to get some upgrades. I think he's going to be playing some upgrades on Snoke. But I believe they did. Did they get to see each other's lists?
They did get to see each other's lists.
Right. So maybe he has a little bit slight edge on blue, perhaps.
Well, and the other thing is, I mean, we all do the podcast together.
Right.
So when we got onto this deck, probably about 3 days ago,
right,
we were already sharing it on our messenger. So Nick has some information about it.
Right. Just got himself power action with some extra resources. He's going to disrupt one of our power action to get rid of some of those resources.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be control of the resources for this one. So Rick is currently showing 6 resources. So is he going to power action to get rid of them, to keep him off the resources? Because he's seen the deck list, so he's not running that package with the vehicle. So, but he does know that he does got those cheap upgrades. He can just load up Snoke quickly.
Yep. Well, and I think he knows the idea that we've played with this deck is to actually load up Snoke, not Thrawn.
Right.
And Nick clearly understands that and is going straight after Snoke.
Yeah, Snoke is at 6 right now. Quick
so
damage.
He power actioned the melee instead of the resources. So he's going to give him the chance to ramp, but he's definitely going to put the damage in.
Yeah, put that pressure on Snoke. So does Rick's list? I haven't seen the deck list. Does he run a Rise Again or any kind of heals?
No.
No, it's just pure aggro, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Force Illusion, I assume.
I think he has 1 still in the deck.
Okay. Got a couple blanks shown with the disrupt side.
And he has an anger in his hand as well.
Right. So Nick rolls out a focus and a resource, and Kylo's still showing that 1 disrupt. Looks like he's
going to re-roll.
Well, I think he probably feels a little behind with Snoke hitting with that 6 damage.
Yeah.
Focus for days.
He's going to focus into the damage. See, if he had not re-rolled there, he would have had the anger.
Overconfidence, okay. Oh, it's probably get rid of the damage. Yep. And then he can at least, indirectly put it on Thrawn.
Yeah, he'll move that to Thrawn.
Yeah.
9 damage, turn 1 out of that deck.
Solid first turn with no upgrades.
Mm-hmm. They also got some fun tech in that deck, too. I think if Taxter's playing the same version that we saw from Elrathian, he's actually running No Mercies in there as well.
Okay.
So you've got the Snoke power action to do 4, and then you can No Mercy to the other one and blow them out.
So what do you think Rick's going to try to do here? Get the resources or just try to work on getting some damage output?
Honestly, I think he's probably going to try and get some shields. And a little bit of damage.
Yeah. Nick's going to go ahead and claim the battlefield. Yeah, you got force throw. Is that force throw? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So who does Rick go after? Is it going to be Kylo or is he going to go after Snoke, you believe?
He's going to have to go after Kylo.
Right. Now
especially with how far behind he is now.
Yeah. Yeah, next turn he's going to have 7 resources. But, no upgrades. Didn't get to
No
play
upgrades.
the upgrades.
Oh, he had abandoned all hope, not anger. My fault. Misread that.
One of my favorite cards in Nick's hand is Beguile. He's playing first turn, abandon all hope.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That's a huge, huge hit right now.
So good. Especially, in the Snoke mirror, 'cause all those resources that you can get with Snoke.
Yeah, there's a lot of cards that have snuck back into the meta right now because of Snoke. And Abandon All Hope is probably one of the top on that list.
Calls out 0 again. Still not getting the Holocron package. But right now, Nick is a little ahead. So without him being able to play that still, he's at least getting value out of what he's got in play.
Right now, Rick has free reign, too. Nick doesn't have any resources, and he hits the special on the force throw as well. Oh, my God.
I think he has, wonder what kind of mitigation he has in his hand right now. Oh, he's going to call out the color first, see what he chooses. Red. That's a big gun.
Ion Disruptor with a salvo has been doing work against the three wide decks.
Right. Back up to 4 resources. It's crazy. You can lose 7 resources and come back to 4 right after that with Snoke. So he can catch up quicker with his power action than most decks can't really recover from a 7 resource swing.
Yeah, Rick is super far behind right now.
Yeah. Well, the bright side's 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
So you can always look at that. Yeah, Snoke is at 8 damage right now, and Thrawn is at 4.
And he's got 2 damage showing as well, and he hasn't Snoke power action, or has he? He did not.
Yeah, he got resources.
Oh, no, he's out. He played the Abandon All Hope. I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I was talking about Nick.
Oh, Nick, yeah, Nick is out of resources for sure, and the power action was used. He does have a probe in his hand for Rick, so he might want to see what else he's got.
And Rick knew he had a couple mitigation cards in there. Yep, and he got them both. 2
good cards, Beguile and Overconfidence. Amazing. I mean, he can't play it right now, but that doesn't mean next turn he can't get those resources. So.
Right.
He's got a weapon. How much that weapon cost? Is it 4?
5.
5. So he needs to get 1 more resource. It's going to Beguile that die. I mean, right now, that he has to do it.
Right. I mean, that's his only play. He's got to start building at this point.
Plays down the chance cube. Okay. It's a good way to get those resources back in there. I mean, with, Snoke's 2 focus sides, it definitely won't be too hard to get that out there.
Yeah, going to continue to put pressure.
Got a focus side, an indirect, and a blank for the chance cube, which doesn't really matter because you can just focus it over to it, what you need. Took some damage. Oh,
Put it. Yeah, he put it on eThrawn, the 2 indirect.
Flip it over, put 3 resources, maybe get some more resources. So he's going to get those resources back up to 4. Plays that. He's going to use a focus side to put that to what he wants it to be.
Gonna make sure he gets that 3 damage out.
Right. Put 3 damage on Kylo. Yeah, it's just, right now with Rick just starting to do his damage, it's, I mean, he's starting to get his board state, going slightly, but like you were saying earlier, he is behind right now, especially with Snoke being at 8 damage and then Thrawn at 6.
And Nick's got battlefield control, so he's gonna come out. He could possibly pop Snoke right off the board with an activation.
Right. He's gonna go ahead and start off with the chance cube. He's got 3 resources it looks like he has, and so does Rick.
Yeah, I think Rick needs to change his numbers now. He needs to start calling either 3s or possibly 2s. He needs to keep him off any other upgrades that he could possibly get out at this point.
Is Nick running a Force Wave in his deck?
I think he has Force Wave. I think he has Mind Probes.
Yeah, I saw the Mind Probe.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're running the push or not in this variant. I would assume.
Right. Putting a Force Solution on Snoke. Okay, protects him slightly. Now he's going to probably try to put more pressure on him by calling.
Hits that special again.
Man. 2 specials, it helps. Trying to see what kind of percentage he's going to be dealing with right now, looking at his discard pile. Calls red. So apparently he called blue. So no damage is going to be displayed on these characters. That was a disruptor rifle, right?
That was the autocannon.
Autocannon, okay. Hidden motive, the special, calling special, I assume. See what it is off camera. It's a blank. Snoke's got those focus sides, so that worked out well in Nick's favor.
Yeah, so Nick's trying to decide whether he needs to get it to die out in the pool or if he's going to drop another upgrade.
Right.
He's got the resources right now.
There's that Force Save we were talking about.
Yeah.
Right now, that's just going to be so damaging right now, especially, it doesn't matter if you can take a little damage on his side. But
Yeah, that 1 point is nothing.
Aim with the 2 focus sides. So yeah, there's so much that can be done here with his turn. He's going to try to work on disrupting his, was he getting resources? Yeah. Maybe he's going to power action.
And he did power action it, yeah.
Alright, so he's going to go ahead and get some more resources from Snoke. Puts him at 5. 5 total resources. Nick's going to roll out and pay for the chance cube. He's got special on the force wave, a disrupt, and indirect damage.
Excuse me.
And yep. Is that a special?
He didn't. No, he didn't get the
No,
special.
he didn't get the special. Yeah.
He didn't hit the focus either.
Yeah. So that kind of buys him at least a reroll from Rick's perspective. Unless he can find a way to get rid of that force wave die.
Yep, there's the autocannon.
Yep, that reroll, here it comes. Blanks,
Oh.
blanks, blanks.
Oh my
3
God.
blanks.
Nick got my rolls.
Wow, that hurts. He's gonna roll out eThrawn. Pick a number. Was that a 4 for 1 or a 3 for 1?
I think it's a 3 for 1. It's got a +4 for 1 on there as well.
So he just looks like he called 1. Got Feel Your Anger out. He does have a Rise Again in his hand. That's what I love about Snoke is it doesn't matter what cost of the card that's in your deck, you're probably going to be able to pay for it.
Yeah, I don't think they made a card too expensive yet for him.
Not yet.
Rick's really been able to stabilize these past couple turns and
Yeah.
keep Nick from
Exactly. So
rolling
it's
through him.
buying him some time. Blank. Well, yeah.
interesting.
Well, he's got that force illusion. He wants to maximize what he's going to get out of it, probably. Is that anger?
Yep, he discarded the anger.
Yeah, Rick is not worried about any mitigation because he knows he just has that Rise Again. Man, 2 blanks. A disrupt and a shield. Wow, he's going to have to pitch the reroll again.
The focuses are just staying away.
Right. Wow.
Still no focus.
That's his last card, too. Well, at least he can get some damage out of it, but not what he wants to see, especially with those 2 rerolls, especially also the Nick doesn't have any mitigation, so it might have been just a wasted opportunity at this point because he couldn't get it out.
Well, he still has the ability to disrupt,
Right.
which will drop Nick back down to 1 resource if he wants to power action it, and keeps him away from the Rise Again that he knows he's holding.
Right.
Um,
But I think he's trying to get that damage out as
Yeah.
fast as possible. Because right now, even if Nick heals that 5 damage or that 4 damage, it'll be pretty cool.
awesome.
There you go.
Sweet.
All right, so looks like he's gonna power action, get rid of those resources, puts him back down to 1. Did you win a game?
I have no clue.
Cool. All right, look, Force Wave does have the special. He does have that 1 resource, and there's no cards in Rick's hand.
So Rick's forced pretty much to resolve the autocannon at this point.
Right.
And he's still gonna, oh my gosh, he's still gonna take that force wave to the face.
He's gonna do 3 there. Put him at 9, 10. Be at 10. The shield. 2 there. He's gonna pop his force illusion. See what he drops. Is that a Dark Council? Can't see what the other card is. So is that just the Force Illusion is all he's got left? He doesn't have. You not think he's running a Rise Again or a Dark Ritual, right?
He's not in there.
Yeah.
So Rick's got control. He's gonna try and, I think he's gonna try and get Thrawn out first. He's probably gonna call 1, based on the conversations we've had. He's trying to keep away from the big mitigation, like the blowouts.
Right.
At this point, I don't think you worry about the holocrons.
Yeah. I mean, he's been hard casting everything anyway with Nick, so. So you think he's going to go ahead and activate eThrawn first, start off with?
I think so. Yeah. There's the deflect. Yeah, the deflects and the failure anchors are the ones we were really worrying about.
Wow, special. And the one, is that 2x?
It looks like you got the 2 melee and special on the force throw.
So right now you can possibly take out eThrawn. Or even at this point.
He can
Snoke.
I think he takes out eThrawn here if he hits.
Yeah, for sure. Blue. So he probably called red then, huh?
Yep. Looks like it. Dodging bullets, man.
Yeah. Overconfidence, those 2 dice. Get rid of the force throw. Putting pressure on with Snoke now. Did he use his power actions? I see a token there.
I don't think he did this turn. Because he rolled out and he called blue, or he called red and missed, and then Rick overconfidence. So I just don't think he's removed the token.
Call special. He's running out of mitigation, looks like. Unless he's going to re-roll, just put more pressure on him.
Rick just did the Jedi mind trick on him. And failed miserably.
Yeah, scoops for the first game. Yeah, that was just an uphill climb for him. You know, Nick got some early damage out, and he was just putting so much pressure on it, especially when he put that 6 damage on Snoke right away. It definitely backpedaled. Rick was definitely backpedaling for the rest of that game.
Yeah, the turn 1, 9 damage, and that was just off character dice.
Right.
And the eKylo ability, of course, but.
Yeah, so now we're going into. The second the game of this. What do you think is going through Rick's head right now?
Rick's pretty calm. I think he's okay. He definitely knows he's got to get this one or it's done, right? But I think Rick's okay. I think he's still going to stick with the same game plan. I think he still takes his battlefield. It's too much to give Nick that much of an advantage when he already put that much damage out just on character dice, right? So I think everything still goes the same.
Okay. And on the other end, what about Nick? He's probably feeling really confident. He got that game 1 in there.
Yeah, and that was not a really good opening, starting hand either.
Yeah, so I think when he called out eKylo, I think it was 4 rounds it went, and I think he hit on 2.
He hit the first 2, yeah.
But that's 4 damage. Yeah, I just think with all these, all this damage that's out there with, running Snoke, it's funny to see these 2-wide decks right here on the stream right now because we've been seeing so many 3-wide yesterday, and Thursday. So it's kind of nice to see. Oh, there's this makes the game a little bit quicker, slightly.
Well, and it's interesting too because you've got two character teams, and they're not action cheating teams.
Right.
They're very fair decks. They don't have a whole lot of tricks in their repertoire other than mass dice and focusing.
Right. And does Rick's deck run 4-speed?
It's funny. I don't remember.
But I think Nick has run.
I know Nick has it in his.
All right. So with Rick being the losing player, he gets to choose a battlefield. Is that correct?
Right.
So he's going to go ahead and choose his to start off with.
Nick won game 1.
So you been having a good time here for the last couple of days?
Other than being sick, man, yeah. It's been pretty good.
Yeah, I've been checking out all the different games that other people are showing here, all the tabletop games. You know, I also want to try out the Keyforge that FFG has here. I saw a little bit play of it yesterday, but I didn't get to actually play it, so I'm going to try to hit that up today.
I've got some bids in on the silent auction for some of the decks.
Oh, they're selling the decks?
Well, it's silent auction, right?
Auction. When does it end?
Tomorrow.
Okay. At what time?
No clue.
Okay.
Don't come up here and bid against me, please.
Just tell me what your bid is, and then we'll go from there.
$300 a deck.
Really? Gosh, I was going to go $299, but you just blew me out of the water there.
Yeah.
Did see some spoilers yesterday. We did put it on the stream a little bit, some of the new cards. I saw Jeremy was running the Millennium Falcon and the
Escape Pod.
Escape Pod. That was a really cool interaction.
That's a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I got to play against the Jen Urso deck.
Yeah, I played against that twice. First game, I got beat. The second game, I won. But just the potential that deck has with Cassian is just it's incredible. It
attacks on all angles.
Yes.
Which is really cool.
Yeah. Both of them have 2 discard sides, and it's very thematic, you know. Mm-hmm. what it should have been, right?
Yeah, like that's where they should have started with that team.
Yeah, no, and then with the panel yesterday, Jeremy was talking about more of the tribal theme and more of the theme working with the cards being played now. So I think we're going to start seeing a little bit more synergy with characters, especially relevant to movies as well. Or just go ahead with the canon. We'll
right.
Go ahead and do that. So he's going to go ahead and Nick's going to start off with the shields.
Yep. And Rick should stick to the game plan. Roll out eThrawn, call 0.
Yeah.
Like
what are the odds of him not being able to do that like last game versus this game, Just got to go with the odds.
There it is. Chance Cube or the Holocron. So
probably the Holocron,
oh
right?
My gosh.
Those are all zeros.
Man. I think you still take the Holocron.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Because that Holocron, get out that probe, because you never know what Rick has in his hand. Blank.
And a blank.
Dark Council, okay.
So Rick's getting some of his ramp stuff this time. He didn't get that last time either.
Right. So he does know what Nick is holding his hand for regards to mitigation, so he can play around that somewhat.
All he's got is a hidden motive, so if Rick can get a little bit of ramp, Nick's going to want to keep him off the resources. Oh, and he does play 4 speeds.
Yeah, cool.
So,
cool.
So
I do like that art for that 4 speed. It is so cool looking. He's going to activate Kylo and call out the
Nick's
color.
going to call red, I bet.
Yeah, because he did drop a few blue cards already. So yeah, it looks like he might have called red there. And now Nick knows that he does have mitigation. Overconfidence
Nice.
and the overconfidence. That's really nice. Rick is definitely starting off pretty strong this round. So right now, Kylo is showing a disrupt, so he's not really concerned with that because he has no resources currently on the board.
Yeah, he's probably going to hidden motive that focus side right there, I think.
Right.
Nick's got 2 cards in his hand. He wants to keep both of those cards right now.
Yeah, he does. Calling focus. And disrupt stays on the board. Going to pitch to re-roll his hidden motive because he wants that probe.
Mm-hmm.
But you do know his next turn, depending on what it is, you think he's still going to call 0, he's going to go after that probe. He's got the Holocron out.
It looks like he's going to get the probe out. He got the focuses on the reroll. He hasn't Snoke power action yet, right?
Right.
So he's going to have the resources to get it out.
But he does have a disrupt showing on Snoke right now. So if he gets rid of, he only has 4 on the. He's got both focuses. So So it'd be 3 and 1, still be 4. Unless he changes it all to resource side.
Nice. Remember that Rick's Battlefield also, when you claim, you can drop a upgrade for 1 less.
Right.
So if Nick gets to 3, he can still claim and get there.
Yeah. Unless he takes that option out of the equation and just takes it himself, you know. Yes, this is the second game. Nick won game 1.
So I think Rick's play right here is to disrupt the resource. So when Nick takes the resources, Rick can claim.
Yep. So he's going to get the resources. So he's at 3 right now. Playing.
It's like I'm in his head.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you've seen him do this a few times, so. He's claiming he's playing the DH for free.
Yep.
Value. So, is he going to go after the probe in his hand, you think? Or he's going to try to keep calling 0?
He knows it's there. He knows he got a holocron. I think he should go after the probe. It's the big one.
Mm-hmm. And we also see now that Nick does have another holocron in his hand.
So me and Rick have been joking all weekend about him not remembering cards from the eThrawn ability. Mm-hmm. So let's see what he does with it.
Oh, me forgetting the trigger?
Not forgetting the trigger, but forgetting what cards are in people's hands.
Yeah. I think in Magic you can write it down, but not in this game you can't. Well, you know, if he doesn't, you know, if he does something else and, you know, he doesn't activate eThrawn first, then he drops a holocron, you know he's going to call 4. You know, to get rid of that probe.
I don't think Nick will take that chance. I think if Nick has the option to get it out, he's going to get it out.
Yeah, no, but it's right now it's Rick's first play, so depending on what he does, you know, if he activates, you know, eThrawn, just get one of those cards out. We'll see what he does. So he called 4.
Yeah, he called the 4.
So which one you take, Force Lightning or Probe?
I think Rick's going to take the Force Lightning because of his die sides.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Mind Probe has a 3-1 as well. Yeah, he got the Force Lightning out. So he does know he has 2 Feel Your Angers and the Holocron. He just paid for the Mind Probe, put it on eKylo. So 2 Feel Your Angers and Sith Holocron left. So don't roll blanks, right?
Pretty much.
Well, he only has 1 resource showing currently. No activations yet with Nick. He's got the 4-speed die, Dark Council. It doesn't have the DH die out yet. I don't see it.
And does Dark Council have 2 blanks on it as well?
I think it does.
Yep, so he's overlaying that.
Okay. Play some more guns. No damage yet on Nick's side. eThrawn is at 5, but right now, you know, Snoke has got all the goodies on him right now. So.
This is what Rick tries to do with him.
So he's got 2 Feel Your Angers left in Nick's hand. So Rick's going to have to do his best to play around it. Hopefully he doesn't roll any blanks. Too many blanks.
Oh.
Well, Feel Your Angers coming up next. Probably take out the eThrawn 2 focus side for at least one of them. Yeah, that hurts.
Rick is missing a die. He doesn't have his DH die.
All right, hold on. Hey, Sarah. Is he doing it?
I'm not sure, but he definitely does not. Yeah, he's rolling it in.
All right, looks like he's rolling the die. I'm about to go over there and say something, but backed it up. Not gonna take that die out, so we'll leave it as is. He's gonna pitch to re-roll.
So no blanks that time, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't have any resources currently, so that kind of helps out. But it's not. He's got focus size, but he wants to see a little bit more, so he doesn't have to use his die for everything. Focus size.
Got the 3-for-1, but Nick's got no cash right now.
Yeah. Power Axe has not been used either, so he can probably go ahead and do 4 damage. And eSnoke has got 3 shields on him too, so he's kind of protecting himself. eThrawn is just, taking all the damage to the face. Now, does Nick switch, or does he keep on